Good day guys, nice to have you here. We're back in the original server and today we'll have a gameplay video with Martis, and as always we'll also include some tips, tricks and strategies that are all guaranteed to help you win more games. We'll also dissect and discuss all the good and bad decisions made in the game. Before we continue, I also want to give my shoutouts to Lico Night Gaming, and he too hosts a YouTube channel, so make sure to give him some love. Getting the best position is very important, that's why you should start moving the moment the game begins. Unlike Dota 2, in Mobile Legends you barely have time to get into positions before the minions arrive. Moving immediately allows you to position yourself for a lane cut or to counter the enemy's lane cut, which is what we did right here. Martis is excellent in cutting lanes, but since we were up against Hilda and Natalia, it could be a better idea to play defensively instead and guard this area to prevent Hilda from cutting the lane. In that game though, no one arrived and instead they clustered on the middle lane, which brings me to my other tip. Always try your best to make the ideal decisions. At first, I thought Hilda, Natalia and Selena were playing in a trio and were pulling off some sort of cheese strategy against us. But in reality, I think what happened was Hilda and Natalia were arguing about who should play the role of a roamer. When I realized some of the enemies were arguing, I took advantage of that and started clearing minions quickly. Sure, that was only a few minions, but you can obviously see the advantage it has given me in terms of both experience and gold. Before I forget, the emblem I got in this game was Festival of Blood, with points all placed on damage output. Hilda shouldn't have engaged in a one-on-one duel against Martis. Based on the XP gauge, Martis was about to reach level 4, which placed Hilda at a huge disadvantage since she was still at level 3. The turtle already appeared and our team should have already been present around it, but Kimi died and was still at level 3, which placed us at a disadvantage in taking it. Estes and Vexana decided to start attacking the turtle without Kimi, which in my opinion was a bad idea. To make matters worse, the enemies already knew where they were and were also aware that Kimi was behind in terms of level and gold. My mistake was I should have aided them in securing the parameter. Sure, they made the wrong decision, but we could have gained an advantage if I made a better decision to make up for their mistake. Don't always blame your teammates because sometimes you yourself could have done a better job to help the team win the game. Since I decided to clear the enemy minions completely, I was late by a few seconds and Hilda decided to destroy one of my allies. In the end though, it worked out well for us because 2 of the enemies died in exchange for the turtle, which in my opinion was a horrible trade. As you can see, our team was still ahead in gold despite the enemies taking the turtle, and since Hilda just died, I cleared the enemy minions as fast as I could so that their turret could kill at least one of them, therefore preventing Hilda from taking experience and gold from that minion.
Good work.
Normally, I will not recall with this much HP, but remember that the enemy team has Natalia, and having low HP with her presence is a problem.
The worst thing in the world. No one to fight.
Also, notice that I am always aiming my first skill towards the direction of the minions, or where there are more enemies. That is usually a good idea in order for you to gain more HP from spell vamp. Besides, Hilda's death was already secured because of Martis' amazing ability to chase down enemies because of his second skill. Did you also notice that it was almost as if I was never losing stacks? In order to do so, I suggest chaining your skills properly by not casting all of them in one go. Keep in mind that Martis increases his attack speed and damage at max stacks, so make sure to make use of his basic attacks as well. And only activate the final phase of your second skill when necessary, and by necessary I mean when the stacks are about to expire.
None
none of us noticed Harriet and Hilda lurking nearby. Instead of heading back to the lane, it would have been a better idea if I checked those bushes first. Normally that's the job of a tank, but we didn't have a tank, and our roamer was Estes, which is one of the squishiest heroes in the early game, especially against a lineup that has tremendous damage potential.
Enemy missing.
Our turret has been destroyed.
At this point, I knew I was screwed when I realized Selena and Natalia disappeared from the minimap. When your own death is guaranteed, it's best taking someone with you, and who else should I take but Harith, the enemy team's jungler. Since Kimmy did a great job of taking down 3 enemies, that would have been the perfect chance for us to take the turtle. Instead, she decided to invade Harith. Good luck doing that. Harith is actually a decent pick against Kimmy. Martis is a pretty tanky hero depending on how you will build him, so have the initiative to get rid of traps placed by Selena and Popo.
And I'm
And always remember, no matter how powerful you become as an XP laner, it is still your duty to manage the lanes. Be proactive. Don't expect your allies to work on that. XP laners are built to survive ganks. You can't expect squishy heroes to do that work, since they are more at risk of dying when faced up with multiple enemies. Also, since they had Natalia, I made it a point to go around key areas where she could come from. That made it difficult for her to get a clean kill. I accidentally tapped on Vengeance. Man, this boomer hands of mine. I am getting too old for this. Natalia can't get a clear path to our squishies.
no one to fight.
Request backup.
Come, solitude.
Killing spree.
Instead of pushing the bottom lane, I decided to go to the top lane in order for Kimi to be able to join the rest of the team. If I let her split push, she is at risk of getting killed by Natalia, and judging by her performance, I don't have much confidence in her abilities in going against her one-on-one. I also did that because our allies were closer to the bottom lane and should be able to clear it as needed. Since we were able to successfully capture the enemy team's attention, Mia was able to successfully get the Lord without any problems. Sometimes, providing vision and blocking the enemy's paths to the main objective is a better idea than joining the main damage dealer in taking objectives. Providing vision and stalling enemies can help them better in securing it. Remember that the Lord is more powerful the longer the game is. Keeping it away from your base should always be a priority. Luckily for us, Natalia and Hilda both had more confidence than they should. That ultimately gave us the victory. That concludes our Mobile Legends content for today. Do you have any other recommendations we might have missed? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Stay safe everyone. Peace.